Okay, so we have some... I think this is actually Hildebrand that we're working on right now. Um, Let me go ahead. And yeah, sound's showing up good on my end, so we'll continue. Alright. I wasn't really paying attention. I don't know what we're doing. Oh, but this is Hildebrand still. Alright. Alright, so we're going to the manor? I don't know. Do we want to do Hildebrand right now? I kind of want to do MSQ right now. Alright, where do you want me to go? Okay. Okay. So, Foundation? The Forgotten Knight? I'm doing too many quests at once. I don't know which one is which. Forgotten Knight. Alright. Let's see. There we go. This thing is loose. There we go. Alright. Are we good now? I think so. So we're doing... This originally started at Fortome Manor. The manservant guy gave this to us. That's not what we want. That's also not what we want. Huh. Okay, so now I guess we're going here. Whatever. Okay. All right. Okay. Alright. So now I have to speak to her. I'm just kind of confused. Like, what? I was half reading that because we were having sound issues, but now I'm like, what are we doing again? Maybe this is just like another one of those side quests where it kind of like fleshes out the side characters. Oh, not this guy. Emmanuel. Honoroi. Or Honoroi. Great. Alright, so... Wow, you are wasted on your master. Oh my god. He's like, dude, he's just like, yeah, I'd totally be with you if like I could. Pledge to another, you rascal. I thought I saw you whispering in your Silhouette's ear the other day. You certainly wasted no time wooing over our newest maid. There'll be no secrets between us. You must tell me everything. Where you've been sneaking off to together and what adventures you've been having, every little detail, and don't you dare leave anything out. Is he a moron? They were talking about him. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. So, where are they going to send us now? Tailfeather or something? Redwald, okay. Alright. Oh. I thought this was going to be a quick thing. That's why I just figured, I'll do this so we have less things on our plate. But now this is getting kind of silly. Thousand pardons, Mrs. Reese. Had we known you were planning to pay us a visit, I would have seen that you received the proper reception. A feast, perhaps? Yeah. Oh, this thing. Oh, man. It takes me back. That was awkward as fuck. We released this thing and the Nidhogg stabs what's the dragon's name? Vidofnir in the back. Okay, yeah, it looks like that's all we're doing. We're just fleshing out shit like this. Alright. Not so bad, I guess. Whatever. I'm just gonna put it on auto. Have it kind of cycle through. Meanwhile, I want to make sure we have the chat pulled up. For whatever reason, I just noticed it's not docked on OBS. It's not auto. I thought I autoed it. Okay. Alright, is this over now? Like... Okay. Supreme Sacred Tribunal of the Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. Where is that? Last Vigil, maybe? Oh, I think I could have teleported right to it. What's your future reference? What is this? The Tribunal. Got it. Oh, it's... I should have read that. What is this? Okay, so who's Hoplon? Vault Priest. Oh, there. Visit the Hoplon. 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 There wasn't a Vault Priest there before. Where was there? Oh no, there wasn't. It's part of the quest. Huh, okay. Alright, I guess he's still up the Pope's ass, I guess. Whatever. Are you fucking kidding me? What is this quest? Now I gotta go to Limsa? I don't want to go to Limsa. People are gonna do stuff to me. Jesus. The Journey of Remembrance. Yeah, something like that. Thank the navigator. I had resigned myself to another day spent listening to my advisors prattle on about the Beastmen's latest movements. Come, King, tell me of your adventures. Like, this one time, me and this chick, Okay. I'm not reading all of this. Like, oh my god. Yeah, okay. Oh wait, it is over. Okay. That's a weird random assortment. Like, it was like a bunch of, Ishgardians, and then, like, randomly, like, the Admiral. Then Higiri. Fuck. Higiri's up top, isn't she? Higiri's one of the Doman ninjas, right? Yep. That's a cool coat. Oh yeah, she did help with General Raban. Old One Arm. Oh my god, that... It's not over? Okay. Who the fuck is Whispered Promise? Is that you? Your Chocobo is a monster. Well, that's not nice. Don't make fun of my Chocobo. Whispered Promise. Oh, the stupid coat. I don't like that coat anyway. Jesus. Why am I riding it like this? Looks painful. Alright. Let's go back to knocking out MSQ. We'll do that. Because that quest was kind of lame. Okay. I think we're good. Alright, so where we last left off, the little kobold summoned, like, a super titan. We had to put it down. Alright, well, yeah, Titan. Titan be dead. Just like the kid's parents. What is Alisaie doing? Well, that's a pretty sky.
Who goes there?
Uh-oh. Who does go there?
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words.
Ooh.
I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless,
You got a point.
I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago before he left Sharlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times when I was tracking the Warriors of Darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it?
They all
Mayhap
are.
you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
I traveled far and wide with two companions, Estinian and Ysael, who were very blah blah blah. Under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Emmerich when Alphinaud and I came at last to the Dravinian. Okay. Sure. That one. Estinian, I miss him.
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving.
This is so weird, because like I always thought Alice was kind of like a bitch from what she seemed like in like cutscenes and stuff that I have seen of her. And everyone says that she is kind of like a badass, but like she seems really sweet to us, at least. Same thing when we were in the coils with her.
The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
Dude, Alphinaud is getting so fucking like jealous. He's just like,
Wait a second. That's my boo. I'm the Warrior of Light's best friend.
alright. Is that it for the cutscenes? Oh, fuck. This shit bag over here. What's he doing in Old Daha? Trying to get a frit going?
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this.
That doesn't sound like Urianger.
Well,
Urianger.
What is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
what did the man in white have to say?
What did the man in white? You mean Elidibus? Like, he's like your homie and like you don't even like fucking know his name? You just call him the man in white?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Oh man, there we go. That's the warrior of darkness we know. Selfish little bitch.
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Ah. It's
Pray
definitely
do not
him.
mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Huh. His voice sounds so much different. Maybe we haven't had a lot of voice cutscenes with him.
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done.
Man, Moan Brita dying
What
really
good
fucked
a
him up.
creed one cannot uphold. What hurts soothed. What lives saved. Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path.
Ah, Moan Brita.
As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Maybe I just haven't heard a lot of his new voice, but yeah, that just sounds incredibly different. Because I guess, yeah, I might be thinking of when he was voiced by Balthier's actor. Baltier. What is that? That's a pretty cool, like, little, like, outfit you got going on. What are you, a noob? Oh no, you're not. I'm a noob. What ho, King? Don't call me a ho. Apparently during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once bore Ishgardian seals. 'Twould seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. According to the Temple Knights, accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. Alright, let's go see Urianger. Where is Alice? Where is Alice? What are we gonna do with this old guy? You will look after him, won't you, Commander, and treat him with every kindness? He's still in there. I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye. You needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the path, the better... Oh, God, I'm fucking exhausted. Better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. I will remember them. And you, Alice. Thank you. There we go. Ooh. Kid is fucked up. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes, of course. A thousand times over, aye. There will be a reckoning. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna beat the shit out of the Warrior of Darkness. Pray return to the waking sands. Oh, I forgot. I don't have the tickets anymore, so I have to do this. I have to fly out this way. That was weird. Do 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 do. It's kind of cold in here. I'll turn this off completely, I think. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, holy shit. All right, moving on. This fucker. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogamoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limpsa, Lomensa, may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. Is as thou didst request, I sought out the Gurun oracles that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture. one of the worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. Then of the 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Interesting. As for what becometh of these reflections, when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral flames, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow onto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the words of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die. In essence, I. Sorry. Okay. Oh my god, dude, my eye. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it today. It's like super sore today. Feels like there's something in it. Fuck. Alright, so pretty much summoning of Ralger. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of the Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than remnants of Elin Royal's network of spies. Who was that again? I can't remember who that was. Huh. I cannot remember who the fuck that was. So we're in the little Alamigo. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. She still doesn't like trust him. I think she knows, like, she definitely knows something's up. Thancred. Tempanites raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alamigo, we were told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Got it. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of Elin Royal, the infamous Ivy herself. Huh. I just have to see who that chick is. Like, I'm like, Ivy. Do they mean like the chick in the flames that was like the second in command, who betrayed us? I just have to look this up real quick, because now I'm like, it's been a while since we did this. Let's see. Here we go. It's the chick with the glasses, right? Yep, that's her. Okay. So we're good. Okay, cool. All right. Now I remember. It's the chick with the glasses. What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Urianjay's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time as the Levelier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. It's because she knows he's a fucking traitor. He's a traitor bitch. Let's see. Oh, it's literally right in there. Too little Alamigo. Now we'll get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It has been a long day. Did you have something to say? Urianjay? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, King, if anything should happen, it should be me who just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right then. To more pressing matters. What the fuck? Are you being so cryptic? Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Okay. All right. So to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Ala Mhigan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. King, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Sure. Well, we're pretty tight with the old guy with the white hair. That guy. Let's go talk to him. Or not. Are you one of the ones that we like? No, I don't know you. Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Ala Mhigan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few Uldans to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. Wait a second. So, it's been a while since we've done this, but wasn't it the other two Archons, the Scions that were missing? What's her name? The monk chick and the black mage, Ida and Pomelo or whatever. Pamalimo or Papalimo. Um, aren't they somewhere in Little Alamigo right now with the Resistance? I see you there going around asking questions, looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're the talk of Little Alamigo these days, folk wondering what he's about and what he's got in store for the Garleans. And what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. Wait a second. This guy who's obsessed with Alamigo, is there any chance it could be, what was the guy's name from the Crystal Braves? The one that was friends with, Raoban and betrayed him? Starts with an I. Cannot remember, though. The Resistance, damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to him. Cough, wheeze. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you, but I'm too old for the Mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. Jesus. Ilberd, or Ilberd, I think. Might be him. Maybe he's just wearing a mask now. Because remember, he got away. We fought him to free Raoban when they were going to execute him, but then he and his cronies, Yu Yu Hase and that stupid spear bro, got away. The Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks, yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamigan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Yeah, because like they're talking about summoning like basically like the fighting god, right? The one that they all the monks like basically worship. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, yet we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions and mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundobald are already acquainted, that's the guy with the white hair. Already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead. Fucker. Oh no! It's a Goobu! It's gonna kill someone's dad. Oh, too soon. Much as it pleases me to see you again, King, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. Oh, dude, that sucked. Remember, we came back here before Realm Reborn was over with, and he was asking about that one, I can't remember the guy's name, the Alamigan guy who was also part of the Resistance, and they were working with the Ascians, and then he ended up joining the Crystal Braves. He was the Crystal Brave that we found murdered, and after that I came back here and spoke to this guy, and he's just like, how is that guy, you know? Because I guess this guy was close with him. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Wilred, that's what it is. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. Wilred, that's the guy that got killed. The Crystal Braves murdered him because he had they said he had too big of a mouth, basically. So yeah, that didn't end up too well for that guy. Okay, so we're going to Karn. Okay. Sunken Temple of Karn. Alright. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Dude, doing the story is so much more fun than mindless side quest bullshit. But I think I have to mix it up, because if I blow through the story too quick, it's not nearly as much fun. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna make me go through this. I don't want to go through this dungeon.
Brothers and sisters,
Yep, that's him. It's
20 years ago,
Ilberd.
Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
Yeah, because I remember his voice actor is way different from the one that we knew. Oh my god.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled.
Okay, Ilberd.
Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same.
Yeah, he has the same sword.
We abandoned
Wait, no.
them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out. Building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country. Or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery.
Ooh.
The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight.
Ilberd.
They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood. And the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our
His
land.
voice is so much different from A Realm Reborn.
This I promise you. For
that a
we
spear?
have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Albania once more!
Yeah, Albania. So is
A power befitting their pride.
are they
Not at all
turning
ominous,
like
Dad.
the militia into primals? Yeah, that's kind of my guess, sort of like what they were doing with the Holy Knights.
Wait, is that...
The fuck?
What are you two doing here?
I knew. Okay, so these two were in the Resistance.
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
What the fuck is up with your voice, bro? Oh yeah, it's new voice actor.
If you feel as I
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
His voice in A Realm Reborn was so much worse than this. This actually is a little bit better. He's like, we're gonna go. Like, I hated his voice. I can't even do a fucking I can't impersonate it. It's just bad. Apparently he's really old. I guess he's like the oldest of the Scions. Like he's like 40 something or like 30 something. While the rest are like, I think the next oldest is like Thancred. The rest are basically like, they're kind of just like a bunch of kids. Like in their 20s and shit. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Yeah, seriously. Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties to the Crystal Braves and that General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. That's bullshit. That's such bullshit. Alright, so like, they didn't have their fucking cell phones, so they couldn't get in touch with us? That's bullshit. You couldn't go, like, just march right into, like, you know, and be like, hey, I need to talk to Raban, I'm one of the, or fuck, like, and really anybody, just be like, hey, I'm one of the Scions, I just need to get my Scion accomplices, you know, I need to, fucking, that's bullshit. Get out of here with this. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Because it's Ilberd. Curious. It is well known that we are no friends of Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and the sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. Interesting. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all, the secrecy, the impersonators, and the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech. We thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the... I get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin, well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence that he would or what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the context of shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. I'm actually really pissed off at these two. I don't even like these two. And like straight up, we've been like looking for them and they're just like chilling. It's ridiculous. Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed, that is assuming you'll have us. This is kind of like, I don't know, this is kind of sus. It's like, oh hey, yeah, you guys want to know something? Minfilia's dead. Because we were spending too much time looking for your lame asses. Oh, that's a cool fucking glamour you got going on. Wow, that's really cool. Hey, I was looking at you. Oh, Yida. Peppa Limo. Ooh. That's some good looking food. Direct hit, Vit. Yeah, we'll do that. Spaghetti pescatore. Yeah, we'll do it. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates, and while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plans in broad strokes. Like the men he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alpha Node will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Yida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part, as we might maintain the charade until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Tailbot and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Okay. Alright. Okay. While wearing the weathered shepherd's tunic and slop, speak with Alpha. Oh, so this is why I couldn't get rid of it. I remember this. Oh wait, they gave me two. I already had this for a while. Yeah, look, I got two of them. Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh, how about this? We'll put on the binding pair. This is binding, yeah. I wonder if it, like, even knows. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, something seems off with those two. You couldn't fuck up your hair, bro? Come on. Okay. Uh-oh.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot.
Oh, because it's Ilverd.
You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Ala-Mhigan
Oh, you
liberation.
fucking idiots.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Ala-Mhigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Ala-Mhigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
Dude, his voice is so weird now.
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the Beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light? Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago.
Oh. So that's not Ilberd? Yeah, I remember the guy that needed the medicine. I remember.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
Huh, I remember. Okay, so it's not Ilberd.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences.
Your homeland's future?
You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Is Ida from Alamigo? There's something weird about Ida. Something going on. And it's been like that for a while. I don't know, like something like she's been specifically hiding something. Cause like in some of the cutscenes, like especially like they're very careful not to show her face. It's just weird. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think this is just me speculating right now, but I think there's more to Ida than like meets the eye. Because I also like I noticed it at first when it was the end of A Realm Reborn, and then also when they came back and they were showing her face, not showing her face. All right. All right, can I please get rid of these? Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Okay. Alright, I think we're gonna go fight our homie. Urianger. Urianger. Let's see if I still good. What, you motherfuckers have never seen a flying polar bear? Get out of here. That's not where I want to go. Help, I'm trapped. There you go. Oh, there's Thancred. Where's Alice? Oh, Alice right here. Alright. So, we have a lot to tell them. Thancred has finally arrived. Mayhap we could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalymo were here all along? Well, Y'shtola will be relieved and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. Yeah, seriously. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them. Oh, fuck. I missed. God damn it. Stupid ass touch. There's like a touchpad on the fucking PlayStation controller that I always accidentally hit. Let's depart. Uh-oh. Who is it? and so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on a stage wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Not else remaineth save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. So is the Warrior of Darkness the Griffin, then? Alright, this is it. I confess I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions not until we braved the Bowl of Embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. Oh shit, we got a lot of cutscenes coming up, guys. Alright. Let's fucking go, man. I'm so pumped.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
They're all dead, dude. Yep.
Not willingly, no.
Yep. Warriors of Darkness.
The saviors of
Oh,
Eorzea.
fuck.
Slow as ever.
By the 12. Will you never learn?
Oh god. Oh god, guys. This is getting good. Alright, I just want to make sure that the recording is good.
Alright.
I think we'll be good on volume, hopefully, maybe. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Kind of, sort of, maybe. I can't tell right now. Is the sound coming through alright? I just bumped it, so I wanted to make sure that we're good. Alright.
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the Warrior of Light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos.
Yeah, it would. Before we do this, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. And we will be back. Okay. Alright, guys. Are we coming through on sound? Is it sounding good? Just make sure. Yeah, it says it's hooked up. So, if not, let me know. But I think we're good. Alright. Okay. Alright. We have about another hour and a half. And it's getting pretty good right now.
One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
Look at this guy.
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Oh, got her. Got her. Ranger of Darkness.
Alizé!
Shit.
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was.
I mean, you kind of just got hit with a fucking spell. Pretty easy.
My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
She's talking about fucking. Got it. What the fuck?
If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword.
All right. And I got a gunblade.
Let's finish this.
All right. This is gonna be fun. It's fun, guys. I'm gonna kill the white mage first because it's a Lalafell. Alright, white mage first. Eat shit, guys. Yeah, you're done, white mage. I'm gonna beat that ass. Oh shit, there's like a lag on the game. Am I slow? Alright, there we go. So you're next. Next with the mage. Oh, you're a little paper mache man. That's so cute. I'm not even gonna get out of the way of this. You're done. Wait, where did... I guess you're still alive? What the fuck? I thought I killed you. Yeah, you're fucking done. Oh fuck, I didn't finish it. Okay, I guess you guys I can't do damage to anymore? Oh, you're gonna call upon the power of the echo?
No more.
Okay. I guess I wasn't supposed to beat him. It ends now. Oh,
What?
The chains!
the chains! This guy.
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
Okay.
By the 12! Urianger!
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Yeah.
Thou mayest, my lady. By thy leave.
I thought you were an
Even
astrologian.
No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop.
No, you won't.
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat.
Or we could just roll up on him and cut his throat out before, like, he's done with his little
Incantation.
Make ready! They come!
Good. Are we actually gonna get to fight them, like, for real now? Channel ether into... Alright. I always go for it. I'm like, just itching at the chance to fucking go after it. And now, then we do you. It's not because I'm sexist or anything, you just happen to be pretty low HP. Okay, so what am I supposed to do to you? Alright, how do I give Alice my ether? Okay. is there any particular way I'm supposed to do that? Okay, but like, how do I do that? Just a little confused. Okay, so I'm like trying to figure it out. Oh, Blade of Light. Okay. Right there. Got it. I see. Okay. Okay, so Blade of Light, more ether. Okay. Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Alright, where's that little shit? You come over here, you stupid lala. Alright, so do you have another light blade? Are you kidding me? Get the fuck off me. Are you fucking kidding me? Would you go die? Okay, Blade of Light. There we go. Okay, so that was a little confusing because I couldn't actually lock onto it.
This blade, I banish the
Not like this.
Okay, so that was a little confusing, but pretty much it wasn't about beating their ass. I actually literally just had to sit there and wait for those swords of light to pop up and then give that to them. Dude,
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
Yeah, so meanwhile, the other Scions are aware
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
that we're fighting this. We're basically gonna go fight a primal, and Ida and Papalimo are just like, fuck it.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
JetBlue?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
The Asholians.
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt plains with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait!
Why would he
Such
listen to me?
methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right.
Stupid back support keeps sliding down. God, it's fucking pissing me off. Alright.
We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence.
Oh, all of a sudden you guys, oh, we're supposed to feel sorry for you guys?
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
His name is Arbert.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
Cool if we had some of that white auracite.
To have known the depth of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louisoix, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
It's like, yo, my crystal is better than your crystal.
So pretty.
Hey, we're in the spirit realm or whatever.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Hydaelyn, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
What? What?
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed.
Okay. The fuck is going on here?
Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
It's Minfilia.
Minfilia.
I thought you were dead.
Blessed children of the First, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
Fuck.
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn.
Ooh,
But
so
for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light.
all right. So it's getting really, really weird. Interesting. All right. So we're at 2 hours.
Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
So, in order to strengthen the crystal here, they had us fight these guys who are essentially, they're not really warriors of darkness, they're warriors of light. Is that kind of what I'm getting right now? And the stronger the light crystal is here, the stronger Minfilia is.
You would go alone then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Oh, God. Poor guy.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side. Watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Dude, I'd just be using that for anything. We'd be like fighting some like level 1 rats outside of Ul'dah, and I'd be like, Tupsimati! Oh man, so we're sending her away and she's gonna save their world, basically?
The power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Alright, because you guys were like actually sadistic. Like, especially the knight with his weird ass goofy fucking like those faces he was making. All of a sudden you guys are good.
Hear me, servant of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home.
Alright, get the fuck out of here. Fucking bitches. We don't want to see you guys anyway.
We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
So, yeah, like, it's kind of like the theme of all Final Fantasies and, like, Square Enix games. Like, it was also, like, Kingdom Hearts, too. Like, you know, like, kind of like...
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
I hate this bitch. Because you find out that her and the guy that she was with kind of had a hand in the havoc that was had on the day that...
Thank you, Lamini, for everything.
That killed Minfilia's dad. And that's why she adopted her. Because she felt bad about it. When she was young, maybe, like, you know, she didn't think it was going to go... Like, I think neither one of them thought the shit was going to go south. But apparently the guy that she was with, who was, at the time, in charge of the Goldsmith Guild, he did it... he specifically kind of fucked up that parade as, like, a power grab as a political thing. Like, so, yeah. A little bit of lore for you. Fuck Flahamin, or whatever the fuck her name is. Interesting. I wonder, are we getting close to the end of the, like, Heaven's Ward post content? Yeah, let's keep going. Oh shit! Here we go. Alpha Node seems to be at a loss for words. Forgive me, my thoughts were elsewhere. And this when I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals. Leave them to me. I will go back to Zaharak and secure them. Oh. Alright. Yeah, let's go get those fucking two assholes that were just, like, conveniently, like, gone. Alright. Oh shit, we gotta talk to her actually. When I saw you meeting with the Warrior of Darkness and the Ascian in white at the Great Library, I tried not to think the worst. You've never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. Yeah? Alright, let's go find Papa Wappa. Oh, he's over here. Dum 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. Alright. What's up, you fucking assholes? Alright, so we're explaining the whole thing. Oh, you guys feel bad? I sympathize, Ida. Even now, I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. To us, bittersweet, aye, but also affirming. Alright. It's just kind of weird that they just, again, I just don't really understand the whole thing. Ida, Ragnar be praised, it is you. Ida, alive and standing here before me in the flesh, I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundobald. I fought beside your father in the revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways, but the resistance were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope in young Ida most of all. Ida here was always full of fire, even the first to volunteer for a mission, until the day she up and vanished, that is. There are rumors that we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking, nay, a day older. Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. We were, still the Circle of Knowing back then, right. Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it's been a very secretive stuff at the time, and, as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about. We will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me. I told you, guys, there's something going on with her. Pray forgive her. It's been a very long day for us. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity. So she's Ala Mhigan. Which, that doesn't really seem all that crazy. Hells take me for giving you that mask. Okay. Theory crafting time. There's something weird with Ida. And the fact that, like, if she was from Alamigo, why wouldn't she just say that? It's not really anything crazy. It's like, okay. That'd be like me, like, hiding that I was originally from Illinois. I was just like, yeah, I mean, I am, but I just don't want to talk about it, you know? It's just weird. I mean, I know Minfilia is also from, well, she's also Ala Mhigan, right? Because her dad was an Ala Mhigan spy. Is it possible there's something to do with Minfilia and Ida? Like, I don't know, are they like the same person, or... Because Minfilia's dad was like a big deal in Alamigo, because he was like the double agent, you know? And that guy, Gungabald, is like the leader in Little Alamigo. I don't know, like, now I have a ton of questions, and I kind of just want to figure out what the fuck's going on. Alright. Yeah, something funky's going on. They've been spending too much time on her, you know? Like, for it not to be, like, something like that, you know? Like, because Ida was always an afterthought, and it didn't really come out that, like, there was anything different, you know? Until the end of A Realm Reborn. It was like, they gave her that extra scene where, like, her mask kind of started to show her face. And like there was just, yeah, it just like it just got weird, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. Because like she has like this, like she really wants to help Al Amigo.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbreeder.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Yeah.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be.
Ugh. Got like stuff in my hair. I don't know where that came from.
Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
You gonna bust his balls for something he said? A little too many llamas for me.
Can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Huh.
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering.
Okay.
But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru.
Huh.
And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
I'm fucking retiring. I'm done with this shit. I'm going to Costa del Sol, and I'm retiring. And I'm just going to live on the beach. Yeah, I'm going to do a good adventure.
Indeed.
They're like, that was an extremely inappropriate answer. Talking about serious shit. And I'm just like, I'm going on an adventure.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Who has Tupsamati? Is that me? All right. An ending to mark a new beginning. Cool. Dude, I'm telling you, Yita's up to some shit. There's something going on with Yita. She's usually like super happy and cheery.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain.
Is this Elidibus speaking?
Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life,
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand.
I don't like this.
Thank you. I shall guard it well.
there is cause to hope.
Dude, these two are up to some shit, and I don't fucking know what it is, man.
Ending, every parting marks a new beginning.
Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others The coming battle shall be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. Is it Ilberg? Oh, fuck. True believers are so readily led. I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Great! Be it host to a surfeit of light or darkness, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting. And a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. For emissary. So they're talking about Minfilia? As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. Is it Tup Samadi? Fucking shit, dude. Holy shit. I knew they were going to do some shit with the eyes. As soon as we saw the Night of Darkness, the eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, and those in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. Fucking shit. So this Griffin guy has like basically like a limitless like amount of power now, because like even if they do get tapped out, I mean I'm pretty sure like they're still pretty like powerful to have. Oh, this is where the war area is. Wait, this is where not the Ultima weapon, but apparently there's like an even stronger weapon. Was it Omega or? So it was here all along. This fucking guy, I totally forgot about him. So let me guess, you're gonna go after this weapon now? Because he found Ultima. And he also found, wait, Teleji, he's the one that wanted the weapon here. Is it Omega? I don't remember what it was, but that's why Nero's here. Ha 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 ha! Alright. So is Nero doing his own shit, like outside of the Ascians and stuff? Soul surrender. No retreat, no surrender. Alright. Is that the end of Heaven's Ward, or is that just... No. Wow. That was a good little chunk of quests we just did. I just want to look this up real quick, because I don't want to accidentally move into Stormblood territory until we finish up our other stuff we're working on. Let's see. MSQ. I like how it says MSQ quests. It's just MSQ or MS quests. Heaven's Ward main scenario. So this won't really give me too many spoilers, just seeing what's the last one. Heaven's Ward is the final of like the regular shit. The Dragon War no, the Dragon Song War is already over. Oh, I guess they call that this whole thing. far edge of fate? Oh. Okay. So yeah, we are in the final leg. It looks like there's under 10 quests. And we have... Alright, cool. So this is it. Yeah, the tidings from Gyr Albania. That is the fucking location they were talking about. Okay. All right. All right. So we are actually really close. I didn't look. It didn't give me a lot. It only gave me like the quest names. It was just on the wiki, but because we could keep going. We have a half an hour. A little bit. Oh, more than half an hour. I like kind of the what we're getting into, so I think we're gonna continue on the MSQs. I mean, let's see. Yeah, we'll do it. Tataru has a request for you. King, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? Fuck you. Diamond Forge. Oh, it's just outside here. Gotcha. Yeah, something's going on with Yida and old Pappy. Where is Pappy? I don't know if I trust them. They might be doing their own thing. They might not. Yeah. Oh, and we got this. I just realized. That's a really cool barding. Is it up top? No, it's down. You gonna make everyone some new outfits or something? Alright, yeah, we're actually like getting a lot of content, main scenario content out of the way. So we'll be potentially we could start the Stormblood content like within a week maybe. I don't know. I don't know how long the side content we haven't done yet is going to take. My plan is to get it done sooner than later, so at least like it's still not... I mean, we're probably not going to get Shadowbringers finished up before... what's it called? Endwalker comes out, but it is what it is. What the fuck? Okay. So she's gonna make me an outfit. Aha, found you. Alpha Node wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was kind of important. Better make me a cool outfit. That's all I'm saying. I want some fucking tassels and some ribbons.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you,
Jesus
Elzane.
Christ.
It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
I like how nobody gave a shit. They all just like, she is kind of annoying.
Tataru, are you alright?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Nago! God, how did... Y'shtola! Please, you have to help her.
Nago.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
What wounds? I don't see anything. I think you're faking it.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all. Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
What the fuck's going on?
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalymo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Yeah, no shit.
Agreed. I should depart for Limsa Lominsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphinaud and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I think Y'shtola should be the fucking, like, new one.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
Wait, so is
the
this...
The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice.
He's the one that's narrating.
'Twas Master Louisoix himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Alright, so yeah, now it's seeming really weird because, like, he was all about getting Tup Samati. You guys are up to something. I don't know what it is. And the fact that you're narrating, everyone knows. If you're narrating shit, shit's about to go down. Alright. Let's keep going. We've got half an hour. We'll see how far we can get in this. It's getting fucking juicy. Like, that's the thing about the main scenario quests. Dude, it's this. I've been seeing this chick everywhere. We're like we're going through the same points of the game. I do actually have to go here. Oh. All right. So, because I know that Stormblood is basically when, like, the Garlean War kind of comes to a head. So that's probably what we're about to get into. Some shit's gonna go down that's gonna fucking piss Garlemald off to the point where they're like, alright, we're just gonna fucking kill everyone. Huh. Alright, cool. Alright, let's get going. Let's also change our glamour. Got some good glamours going. I just don't really know which one I want. It's kind of more for monks. There we go. Oh, cool. So you're gonna come with us? Alright, so we gotta stop at Camp Dragonhead and not cry as soon as we hear the music. Because it makes us think about our homie. Yeah, so shit's getting pretty cool. There's definitely didn't really see this whole Alamegan thing going on. And we seem to kind of dispatch the Warriors of Darkness, like their little arc, pretty quick for the most part. So yeah. Oh, fuck, this nerd. He's like, no, don't bring that wine, bitch. So wow, he's like legitimately taking over for Haurchefant. You and me both, old girl. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yeah. There he is. Yeah, well, definitely not worthy. How dare you sit where he sat? I think it's from Harry Potter or something, right? When Snape is sitting where Dumbledore was. Harry's all butthurt. He's like, oh, you killed them. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Let's do the hokey pokey. Are you serious? What the fuck? What am I watching? How did you get up there? Alright, let's go. Ooh, I'm gonna get some food. Heavenly eggnog. That tank food. That spaghetti carbonara? Oh, I'm hungry. Yep, let's go. It's the Conjurer's. Oh, cool, it's Yagiri. Yagiri. Always a pleasure. Lady King. That's what they call me. They call me Lady King. I was glad to hear from Riol that the missing signs have now been found. But they're still up to some shady shit. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand. We're just waiting for Tardy Raban. Oh, never mind. Dude, this glamour is so fucking awesome looking. Like, I was going for, like, the Battle Monk setup, like...
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Carteneau, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
Nice.
Ninjas and holy
On
knights.
behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed?
Let's go to war.
Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift. There is much to be
Have you
done.
noticed, like, basically all the bad shit comes out of Thanalan? All the worst shit comes from Raubon's neck of the woods. Actually, Raubon is fucking Alamegan. I still think the Griffin is Ilberd. He has to be. Like,
The
but maybe
Council
not.
knows that Alamigo
'Cause-
will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Yeah. Something's up. He's working with the Asholians. Alright. She's just over here being a ninja, hanging out. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm wondering what's about to fucking go down. It's gonna be kind of crazy. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? Alice is a fucking G. Dude, she's a ballsy bitch. I love her. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yagiri? I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I am curious to know how Papalimo and Yida fared in their talks with the sylphs. Okay. We're gonna have the sylphs help us now? That's gonna be fucking crazy. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's see. My brother's willing to run his own errands anything as possible. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Give me that carbonara. And we're coming up on time. We might have... We'll probably just do one more. Oh, shit. Griffin on the wall. Alisei seems eager to discuss the council's decision with the other scions. Let's fucking go. Alright, guys. God damn it. My fucking eye is still bothering me. This is bullshit. Did some other matter require his attention? Oh, cool. Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I'm certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support for Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. You cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Yeah, what is up with Yida all of a sudden? Quite, to open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want. I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Levuz? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, King? Fucking God, why do I always have to follow this little fuck around? Alright. Here we go. Alpha Node. Let's go. Hawthorne Hut. Yep. Oh man. It's about to go down. Oh, here we go. Oh, right here, you little fuck. Ah, King, there you are. Come. Emerasize Spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to appraise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alpha Node. We have the Griffin by the scruff of the... We'll have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Yida. Nary a moment ago you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. It kind of seems like Papalymo is almost kind of like Yida's like a servant or something, or like a guard, you know? Like, and he's the one that gave her the mask. There's something weird going on with her. Oh my god, my stomach is rumbling so much. Alright, let's go. Hey! I know you. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here. See, and the sight of you might help remind them why we bothered. Dude, Hilda's the best. Like, Hilda's such a cool character. "'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall?" All has been quiet. Oh shit. Well? Seven hells. Fighting has broke out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. Oh boy. It's Pippin! Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible, we gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target, it was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to his deception. If the uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. So that's what the Griffin wanted to do. He wanted to basically, like, pit the two against each other. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Alamigo. We could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Oh, shit. Yep, let's get to the wall. Wait, just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that, Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha, I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Shit, man. It's getting spicy. So, I wonder what they're going to be using the eyes for. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Ala Mhigo will be free, no matter the cost. Aw, my dress is like going through my steed. Oh shit. Where am I going? I wasn't paying attention. Divide our forces. I shall make the straightways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. So this is going to be a dungeon. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Alright, so that's what's going on. It's going to be a fucking dungeon. We're not going to have time for the dungeon, because we're already a little bit over what I wanted to be. But, cool. Baelsar's Wall, now accessible. Whew. That's pretty cool, but that's it for us for tonight. I'm gonna climb Baelsar's Wall. Ooh. So now it's gonna go into Garlean shit. Pretty cool. I don't think we need anything here, right? Do we have to... I think we're probably good to go. We could probably just stay right here, really. Alright, well, thanks for coming through, everyone. Appreciate hanging out with me. And we're going to pick this up again tomorrow. Probably not going to do any more Hades for a while. We'll probably pick up Hades Saturday. We'll continue to do Hades Saturdays. But that's about it. Probably only once a week. And then we have Tales. Tales comes out Thursday. So we're going to be doing Tales. Probably going forward, it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Maybe Sunday, depending on how much I like it over Final Fantasy. If I don't like it nearly as much, we'll probably keep that slot for Final Fantasy. But cool. Thanks. I'll see you later.